300 grit edge, first stone, focus, bink. That's the whittle. Now let's just cut it. Bam. Bang! Neeves knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife Kara's at work. And what you just saw was off of a 300 grit edge, first stone. I'll probably take it to 600 grit. I really don't need to. It actually had a really good edge on it already. By the person that last did it. But I could tell it was done off of a KME. Which nothing against KME, you know. Like I said, it was a really, really good edge. I prefer my grip pattern to all go in the same direction, and that was really the only problem I had with it. And also, you know, I like to put my own edge on my knives. But, and what I'm talking about is if you look at my grip pattern, how it's all going in the same exact direction. I like to see that, rather than it being splotchy from a fixed system, you know, scrubbing all around and stuff. So, but no, I'm not saying anything bad about the edge that was on there. The edge that was on there was amazing. But I like to put my own edge on things, and you see how sharp this thing gets. This is 14C28N. This is the Real Steel G5 Metamorph in 14C28N. Which 14C28N, as you guys might know, probably know, that it's one of my favorite steels. I love the steel. I think it goes for a great price, especially for what you're getting from the steel. But yeah, I like this knife a lot, and Kara really likes it too. It is a very nice front flipper. I know it's not a new knife, meaning that it's been out for a while, and a lot of people already know about it, but I'm still going to do the good and bad on it. Let's get to it. So this knife is about 8 inches long with a 3.5 inch blade. Here it is up against the Benchmade Griptilian, large, exact same length. Here it is up against the Spyderco Smock. Pretty much the same length, a little bit longer, I think. Not by much, though. Meaning the Metamorph is just a smidgen longer. Not by much, though. And then here it is, a bit bigger than another knife. There it is against the Bug Out. Benchmade Bug Out. Okay. I think that's good enough. It's an 8-inch knife with a 3.5 inch blade, which is a very, very good EDC length. It seems like it's a little bit longer because it's so slender. This is a very good thickness, the blade thickness, nice and thin. I love that. Aluminum handles, liner lock, that's very easily accessible, super smooth, and the clip works really good. I mean, there is a bit hanging out of your pocket, but I guess that gives you something to hang on to pull it out of your pocket. I do like the finish on the aluminum. Kara really likes it too because she despises a lot of aluminum finishes. Like a lot of the finishes that come on Kershaw's, she can't stand it. She just can't touch it. She hates it. But a finish like this, she actually likes. It feels a lot better, a lot smoother. It's not like a powdery finish. Me, I could care less either way. I like the way the Kershaws do it. But, yeah, very cool. So, I like this blade shape, too. It's a really good EDC shape. This for just regular EDC, and I mean, like, literally everyday carry. So, like, just the tasks you would do. You know, like, I guess a around the house or around your job, around an office setting, just in everyday life, I guess, as long as you're not a crazy person. I'm not a crazy person. As long as you're not somebody who does a lot of crazy stuff like I do, I guess sometimes. This is a really good blade shape, even for that, I guess. I shouldn't have said that. I'm deleting that part out. It sounded crazy. What I mean to say is that this is a very good blade shape for EDC tasks. You can do great precision work. You don't have a lot of belly, so it's not going to be something really good for like skinning animals or stuff like that. Anything you want to use a belly for, because it doesn't really have a belly. I mean, maybe a slight one right there, but not really. You can't really get to it too good. But still though, and here what I'm doing right now is I'm going like this. You see how like you can get to it, but not with your fingers underneath. I don't know. It's still doable in a lot of ways, but it's really good for piercing tasks and precision cutting, maybe some slicing. I did cut up a bunch of cardboard with this, and this thing cuts like a dream. This portion right here, like here, let's see if you can see it. It gets a little thicker right here, and then the stock thickness is right here, but then from here to here, it's like it's thinner. Just the spine. So it's like it goes through material really good. Even up here in the front, it does. I mean, it really goes through materials good. So when you're cutting cardboard, you can just keep cutting like this without a problem. Like it's really easy to use. There's not a lot of resistance with this little short blade and with such a thin grind. Now, behind the edge thickness is about 15 thousandths. I only measured it in one spot, and I measured it just right there, so it could taper a little bit, but 15 thousandths is a really good behind the edge thickness. Nice and strong edge, but still very good cutter and slicer. The ergos are very neutral. It's not that it's going to be like the most comfortable knife, but because it gives you lots of length with a good thickness, that it's actually pretty good. Like, I like that the jimping tapers all the way up right there. It gives you a nice spot for your hands. You see how my hand placement is. It's actually a lot more comfortable than I ever would have imagined. This thickness right here is nice. It gives you a good like thickness. Like gives you a good thickness right there. That it feels nice and comfortable in this little pinch right there. I like that this spot right here gives you a nice little placement for your finger. Yeah, pretty versatile for such a slender knife. I never thought that I would like such a slender knife as much as this one. And I remember we were going to get one of these a while back because so many people were just, you know, screaming its praises. Everybody was saying how great of a knife this was. And I see why now. The action, the detent is on the lighter side, which is a good thing. So you see me like that. It's on the lighter side, but that's a kind of a good thing because it's a front flipper. So it's not that it's gonna just pop out, obviously. That took a lot of force. So it's not that it's just gonna pop out unless if you really want it to, but the front flip is very crisp. They put it in a good spot. They put good jimping there, and they kind of crowned everything too in the same breath. Like, this is all nice and crowned. This is still crowned this way, but the jimping's nice, so it gives you a little bit of bite. Just put your finger above this spot right there and swing it this way, and it flies out, boy, flies out. The access to the lock bar, nice and easy. The drop, super smooth. It's a light blade, so you don't really have to worry about it too much, and as long as your nail is up and in the blade path, it'll hit your nail. Or you can also just unlock it and rock it forward like that and then let it drop. Another way you can do it is you can put your finger back here and stop it from going all the way, because see how I'm like tilting it? So I can tilt it forward and then slap it shut like that. or I can just close it nice and slow, depending on how you would like to do it. I just usually just let it drop, bam. But I do find myself going like this and then acting like I'm going to close it, and nope, I'm opening it back up. I don't know why. I'm a little goofy. I think it's just a fidget thing, like I do that, but it's just kind of fun. So this thing is on a ball bearing pivot. It's got liners on both sides that are weight relieved, and then the back spacer is very well fitted and well done, and it also comes around right here, and this is also connected to the back spacer. It's just kind of got like a groove cut out and then a pin put in that also connects with the liners for a lanyard. They do make different versions of this. This version is $60. They also make other versions like with lines for grip. They make G10 versions, so you kind of got to look around, see which one you like. But they're usually about $65. Also, let's get to the bad really quick. So the bad things, I think the clip could have been a little bit deeper. I know they give you a good amount to grip onto and pull out of your pocket, which is nice sometimes, but I feel like they could have put either a different clip or just moved it up just a little bit. I don't know. You know, it's not that it's a bad clip. The clip's just fine, but I think it could have been a little bit deeper. The T6s, I don't like T6s. They do have a T8 pivot, but I would have rather seen bigger hardware. The stop pin is kind of small. Now, I think it's just fine for this blade because the blade's not heavy, but yeah, I would have just liked to have seen a little bit bigger stop pin. It's pretty small. Next thing, the lockup. I don't know how much this has been fidgeted with, but it doesn't look like it's been used too hard, looking at how much steel's there and how many times it's been sharpened. But it is locking up a little bit later than I would like. Not by much. Like, it's almost 50%, if not 50%. Yeah, about 50%. But it doesn't seem like it's going to move over any farther. I mean, I can't move it over with any pressure. And when I look at the incline right here of where it's locking up at, it's got a pretty good incline right there. So pretty sure it's going to be fine. I haven't heard too much information about these things getting lock or anything, so I think it's just fine. If you have heard of, or if you have one of these and you've had issues, please let me know in the comments. But other than that, I do really like this knife. I think the fit and finish is amazing. Oh yeah, another thing, the aluminum finish. Not this aluminum finish, but saying aluminum handles. Aluminum handles can get scratches on them pretty easily. This seems like a pretty durable finish, but just aluminum, you know, altogether can get scratches pretty easily, and you can kind of see some of the spots where this thing's wearing in. Now, this thing was somebody else's at one time. I don't know how hard they carried it, so I can't really speak on that. I haven't scratched it or anything, but I've had lots of aluminum knives that have gotten lots of scratches on there. So it's not a type of handle material you want to be really hard on, unless if you don't care about scratches. So, but other than that, everything else I really, really like about the knife. I think it's well done. The fit and finish is amazing. The tolerances are really nice. The build quality is really good. The action's amazing. It carries really good. And it works really good. That's another thing. It works really good. Great user. I love how close I can get up to the blade. I love the grip that I get on all, you know, angles. I do really like this knife a lot. Very, very cool. Peace.